Hi, my name's Yuri Vanderleest, and I work with NGO, a global CEO consulting firm. I've been volunteering with ACS for about a year now, and I always love an opportunity to come out and share what I do on a day-to-day basis with companies, with the NGOs in our community. In this session, what we're going to be looking at is the Message House. The Message House is a very simple, but actually incredibly powerful planning tool. You can use it to plan the big picture strategy for your organization, or you can use it to plan a very specific project, like the video that we want to make. The Message House allows you to set a goal for that project, allows you to identify how you are going to communicate and support that goal, and then finally, to reach a call to action, where you reach out and you tell the people who are watching and engaging with your content how they can come and make a difference together with you. So let's start with some context. How are we going to think about the planning process? And a really simple way to approach this is to think about the process in 3 levels: 50,000 feet, 5,000 feet, and 5 meters. Each of these levels has different implication for the planning process. And we're actually going to think about it from the perspective of a holiday. 50,000 feet is the highest level, the most abstract level. If you're planning a holiday, 50,000 feet might be, what kind of a holiday do you want to have? Do you want to go on an adventure where you're climbing mountains or scuba diving under the sea? Or do you want to go on a relaxing holiday where you're going to sit by the swimming pool or lay on the beach and read a book? Once you have this high-level idea of what you want, it's time to move down to 5,000 feet. At 5,000 feet, we're thinking about some more of the details. For instance, you want to go on a holiday, but where are you going to go? Are you going to go to Egypt? Are you going to go to France? Or are you going to go to Brazil? Once you get there, do you want to stay in a big resort with swimming pools and water slides? Or do you want to find a quiet little bed and breakfast somewhere where you can just do your own thing? This is 5,000 feet. Next in the planning process, we move to the 5-foot level. 5 foot is the really nitty-gritty details. 5 foot is about planning, buying your airplane tickets, arrivals, departures, how many connections you're going to have. It's about the day-to-day itinerary when you're on holiday. What will you do the first day? Where will you eat? Where will you have dinner? All of these little details are 5 feet. They're all very important, but you can't really have a clear idea of how to do any one of them until you have completed the step before. Our Message House is exactly the same. Our Message House starts at the roof, which is 50,000 feet. It moves down to the lintel, which is 5,000 feet. And then finally, it gets down to the pillars or the foundations that hold it up. That's 5 feet. So let's think about the Message House from the perspective of a practical example. And for this example, we're going to use ACS. Let's start at the roof of the Message House. 50,000 feet. This is the vision that ACS has. Before the session, we all sat down and we decided that the vision for ACS, the 50,000 foot level, was going to be the fact that they envision excellence in the standards and operations of the nonprofit sector, which maximizes its positive impact on people, communities, and nations, cultivating a more empathic and serving society. And that's what we're all a part of today, that vision of ACS. Everything that we do for ACS or with ACS has to match this vision. Now, to go one step further, we're going to go down to our next level, to 5,000 feet. On the next level, we want to think about what the supporting points are for the roof. This is the lintel. It's not the day-to-day details, but it's not the high level either. For ACS, 5 things come through as values: integrity, creativity, accountability, excellence, and purpose. Now, how do these 5 values connect to the roof? They connect to it because everything that you do for the organization has to match the value of the roof in terms of improving the community, while also checking against each of these values. It has to have integrity. It has to be creative. We have to be accountable for it. And I like this one, excellence, because I'm here, for instance, volunteering my time and my company's time. And I could just do this easy and relax and not worry about it. But because one of my values is excellence, I also make sure everything I'm doing today matches that value. And finally, purpose. So finally, we get down to the base, to the 5-foot level. These are the small details, the core messages that will tell people why what you does matter. Now, if we think about ACS, the core messages, the 5-foot details, are that ACS serves those who serve. ACS is here to work with each of you that is participating today to make a difference in the community. Second, ACS aims to affect change and to raise standards and professionalism of under-resourced small to medium-sized nonprofits, enabling them to be more effective, efficient, and sustainable in serving communities. Again, at the 5-foot level, we are in this room today with ACS to take practical steps towards making each of your organizations more effective in the community. Finally, we have the need for cross-sector collaboration, the need to bridge corporate people, strategies, and best practices with nonprofits. And I think the best example of this being practical and 5-foot level is the fact that Trina is here today with us, and the fact that I am here today. We have corporations and professionals coming together with NGOs from across every part of the community to develop practical skills and processes to work efficiently. If you put this all together, the message house for ACS represents a framework and a plan that every initiative can be checked against to make sure it embodies the values and the visions and is practical in implementation.